Hey there, I'm coming live. I kind of have a voice right now. I can't talk any louder than this, or weird things start happening. Um, but I just thought I would come live because I think I'm probably gonna have to start like talking and doing work stuff. Probably starting tomorrow, maybe tomorrow afternoon. So I thought, well, let me try and play around with my voice and see what I can do. I feel like some of the stuff is clearing up from around my throat, which is good. And I'm really happy that, well, first of all, I got my vaccinations in October because otherwise I probably would have gotten you know, gotten this as bad as my husband did. He's doing better. Um, he's probably about at this stage that I am right now. And his started sooner, and he had more severe symptoms early on, but he's progressing. Um, I mine just was basically it never went to my chest, all centered around my throat, which was kind of like what colds would often do with me. Um, so, but yeah, then that means I can't talk, and then I have these continuous fever things and whatever. But I'm still kind of having the feverish thing. But yeah, here's my here's my little thermometer. Anyway, I just started working on this evening. I don't even know why. It's like I don't even really care for this page, and this is one of those pages that has so many things in it. But I feel like somehow my head feels like it's able just to isolate the objects in there, which was something that I don't know that I was ever able to do with Kirby books before. Like I said, I guess I'm growing as a colorist. And I'm using Evazar London pencils because I was putting them away. I found them in a tin and I started putting them away, and I thought, well, let me use them. So, I don't know, it kind of defeats the purpose of putting them away. Um, the main thing I've been working on in this book, again, which was like came out of the blue, I think I started on it on, I don't know, Saturday or Friday. I started working on this page. These are all in Kaleidomorphia. And I don't know, I just started working on this page and I couldn't stop. And I've been working on it a little bit more today. And that I guess that was one reason why I got the Evazar London pencils out, or it was a combination of get the pencils. I was looking for something else actually. I was looking for this like I don't know what you call it. It was like those little measuring kits that you have to use in high school in math and science or whatever. And I was looking for that because I have Dawn Moore's. Um, well, I have both of them or three of them or something. Her mandala books, and I wanted to use that to draw some lines in one of her mandalas, like I did with that the other mandala I did in that book. And in that tin were a bunch of Evazar London pencils that I was surprised to find them there, and it's like, well, let me get them all back in the case. Um, and as I was getting them back in the case, I found a color that I wanted to use to work on these clouds because they were more purple before. I don't know why I made the clouds purple, but I did. I just had wanted to. I started this with color pencils, and I suppose I should just like hold this over these darn Kirby books. Um, I started with purple. For some reason, I wanted I don't know, Mastodon or whatever it is. I wanted it to be red, so I made it red. Um, I have no idea why. And so I kind of wanted to mute the purple a little bit more as I went along. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like picking up pencils and working, but I started with purple here, like a lilac. Um, Made him red. I wound up putting some purple in him to kind of bring in what's in the clouds. And then I wound up putting in some blue to kind of mute that purple a little bit. Maybe make it look a little more smoky or something, I guess. Sorry, my desk is really a mess now because, like, I haven't really been, you know, uh, doing any organizing or anything. Anyway, uh, yeah. So, I don't know. Did the bamboo, tried to make it look like bamboo a little bit. I used the color pencils for this, and I used like 4 different pencils to do that. But I used like a pale yellow, an orange yellow, a dark brown, and then I think I used another yellow on top of that. Um, I just was on a goal. I wanted to make them look like bamboo. So, um, hey, Michael, nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for stopping by. Did I put on the overlay? I guess I didn't. Okay, now I have the overlay on. So, um, yeah. So I have to get my color pencils out to finish doing this part. I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be red or not, so like I just had lightly gone over this with red, like when I went over the whole thing with red. Um, and his tail, I'm still not absolutely sure I'm gonna make it red, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm just kind of as I go along. Um, ooh, I'm starting to feel that tickle in my throat. Where's my water bottle? Excuse me. um, so, I feel like when I saw this part, I want to make sparkles in here. I want this to be sparkly, and then I thought, oh well, like I was thinking of that watercolor that I have in that new set of watercolors I have, the Tinge watercolor set. But I remembered, oh wait, but these are pencils that are waxy, so the watercolor is probably not going to go over that well. So I don't know. I have to make a plan for how I'm gonna do that, but kind of, kind of in. I could use stickles actually. Now that I think about it, and also because I was watching Martha Makes Art last night, and if you were there, you saw me get like way too excited when she brought out something alcohol inks, something I didn't know existed. I know now, and I didn't go to Amazon last night to get it, but I went today. Um, they're called alcohol inks, and Ranger Tim Holtz does have a whole line of them, but they were kind of pricey, and I didn't like the way the colors were coming. And I'm still trying to figure out how to use his other stuff, so I was like, I don't think I want to go there right now. Um, so I actually bought 2 inexpensive sets. One has 24, one has 28 little tubes like that of the alcohol inks, so that I could play around with them. And um, I think they'll be useful with the coloring books, possibly, but definitely, like I've seen people use them, like with card making and things like that, which is what Martha was doing. And I watched Deb today, and she was doing some card making too, and she was using ink, but it might have been a different type of ink. But anyway, so I just see that it has potential, and probably things I can do in my sketchbook with it to like learn and play around with, and it just looked like I don't know, I liked how it looked. So I might be able to use in one of those sets. It has a bunch of metallics, and so I might use that on these. So we'll see. Just I never really liked this page. There were a lot of pages in this book that I said that I didn't really like, but then once I start coloring it, I kind of get into it, and that seems to be happening to me with Kirby pages these days. And I think it's because I'm getting a better idea somehow. I'm feeling more in touch with the pictures as illustrations, I guess, or something, and how they're made, and how to, I don't know, how I can apply myself to them and make it work for me and have fun with it, basically. So I'm thinking of using those alcohol inks in there, which I'm supposed to get tomorrow. Although I may not have time to play with them tomorrow, but yeah. So that's another possibility. I haven't used the stickles yet. I wanted to try them out on one of my mandalas I did, so I still have to do that. I kind of want to have my desk clear and have my head cleared, my sinuses cleared before I break out with those because yeah, I just kind of do. But at some point, I'm just gonna have to do it. Um, with this guy, so today I used some of the Evazar London, and I just kind of like lightly went over this to kind of take some of the purple out and blend it kind of in. And of course, I used my, one of my favorites, the Prismacolor powder blue, to kind of blend in a little bit. I use the Evazar London white, which actually blends pretty well, but because this is not, I got this as a set of 100 pencils and they don't come open stock. I kind of don't want to like use this white too much like that, but I did because it was handy. Um, and it does have kind of that lay down quality and smoothness. It has a lay down quality like Prismacolors. It has a smoothness that is better than the Blick white pencils. Not as smooth as Prismacolors, but approaching the smoothness of the pale Prismacolors. So it was actually working really good with me, like, then trying to blend in the blue with the purple there and trying to have some parts that were really white. Um, and I also, let's see, what else did I do? I actually went on here on this part. It was actually white before, which I did like, but I think for the composition it didn't really fit because of this. But I had that purple and blue at the tip of this, and I blended in here thinking I was going to blend in red with the white, and it kind of made it, it muddied it up, but it's actually muddied it up in a way that I actually kind of like. It's kind of weird. Um, well, lesson, I should have been paying attention. I should have sharpened and cleaned off the tip of the pencil before I switched and tried to use this on another color. I wasn't thinking. But, um, let's see what else. I think that's pretty much everything I've done in here. Um, oh wait, the planet. Um, Now I didn't really want it to be this like cheddar cheese color. But I don't know what's up with it. Like if I don't know if I'm gonna change it or keep it. I'm not sure. But what I wound up doing was going in with a Prismacolor gray and Prismacolor this brown, dark umber, and kind of like did some contouring in here and kind of shaded the outside as well. I did like a dark outline of purple um, with the Evazar London pencil. I don't know why, but I just wanted a dark purple outline on it. I don't know how much I'm going to blend it out or what, but I don't know. For some reason, I wanted it there. This kind of reminds me, now that I think of it, this reminds me of that Smashing Pumpkins video. Anyway, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I wanted to make this look, like kind of, I don't know, shiny, reflective, was not successful. I think I didn't pick the right yellow or whatever, and I probably need to take some of this out, but I'm just going to see what happens with it. I'm not fighting with it. Just going to see what happens. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of these little things in here, and I really feel like they need to be sparkly. I don't know, for some reason. There's some at the bottom here too. And he has these kind of clouds in a lot of his drawings. where they loop like this and have this little curly Q. Um, and quite often they've kind of annoyed me. I kind of thought they were cute, but then they also annoyed me. So kind of finding a way to deal with that too. And I really love this spot that I did. I did this today. It had purple, the lilac in the background underneath before today. Excuse me, had burp. And then I just did some more here, and I really like how this turned out. So kind of want to, I don't know, stay with that, even though I just don't know what, like he's red. Like, I don't know why I picked red. I don't know. He had to be red. I don't know. And I don't know what color I don't know what I'm going to do with this side, what color to make it. And for some reason in my head, I've been thinking lime green, which I think is really obnoxious. I don't know why I thought lime green, but who knows? We'll see what happens with that. If you have a suggestion, let me know, because you know how I am with colors. I just go in. It's like da 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 da. I go in and ask questions later, so which probably isn't the way to go. But um, also thought about like a navy blue, like a really dark blue, like to use acrylic paint or something like that. Um, Even halfway thought about bringing out the gouaches, but I do not want to bring those out. Um, I actually don't want to bring them out until like the semester is over and I can really um, engage and play with them. But who knows? Um, so that's the one I've been working on the most, and out of like for no reason at all. It was not a plan. And I actually worked on this head a little bit. Um, because I wasn't sure, like, I don't know that I really want this to be all watercolors. I was using the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils and distressed pencils, watercolor pencils. And while at the time I liked how it was going down and I like how it felt, and I like how it did this part in the head, I don't know that I want to do that through the whole thing. And I don't know what I want to do through the whole thing. Although, with the watercolors that I have, and because there are some metallics that might be nice in here, I don't know. So I haven't decided yet. So I wound up going in with pencil, some black and some gray, and kind of like darken some of these spots because I don't know. I kind of want it to be like blue black, like to give the appearance of blue black. And I'm not quite sure how to do that, so I'm just approaching it really cautiously. And it may have to stay looking more blue than black because I'm not sure how to do that. But um, yeah. Oh, that just reminds me. I had 2 cough drops that I absconded from my husband because I think he finished up this whole bag of this one that I haven't tasted them yet, and I want to know what they taste like. But I don't know where I put them now because I don't have any pockets. Well, okay, so because I'm feeling like I'm probably going to need them. I haven't used any cough drops because coughing really hasn't been that much of an issue, but I haven't been talking either. Um, I mean, not that you have to talk to cough, but in my case, with everything being around my throat, once I start talking, that's when it's like, oh, no, you're doing too much, you're doing too much. It's like, no, I got to talk. But anyway, so yeah, I had thought before I started working on this, I had thought I was going to work on this one, but I just have too many things that I'm not sure of with this that I wasn't ready yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to make all these buildings in the background because I think ivory and all that sounds kind of boring to me. Um, Thought about maybe different colors for different sections and then have this one be like the kind of genuine, legit ivory, the ones that I started like this. Um, yeah, I don't really know how I'm going to approach it. So, What else? Yeah, so all of a sudden today I just started working on this one, which is like, okay, realistic colors, kind of, sort of. And I'm like, well, that's kind of boring, but I don't know. I just felt like coloring and I was having fun just like doing the texture on the rhinoceros and um, figuring out how to get the hyena to look kind of hyena color. Kind of almost there. It's almost like I feel like if I lightly erase, I think the blend of the two colors I put down in here would be more hyena-ish, but I ain't gonna worry about it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm having more fun with this book than I thought I was going to have, and I swear something has changed with my coloring and how I'm approaching it. I'm looking at things differently somehow. Um, and then there's this page I still don't know what to do with. But I kind of feel like this all has to be like watercolor. I really do. Um, and I also think maybe those alcohol inks might help with this page too. Um, because I can actually use them to paint. Um, and I think because I have that, I think either I think I have the Daniel Smith watercolor um, base thing on here. It's really like kind of stiff and everything. That I think they might hold, those alcohol inks might hold to this pretty good. So that would give me the opportunity to play with those inks as well as to work on this page. Because the way it feels now, I kind of don't want to use pencil on it, and then I don't even know what. I can't even picture colors for this at all. I don't know. I can't remember. What did I put on this anyway? I use like distressed inks, I think, which like I'm not used to using at all. So this is really totally experimental page. Um, and then the only thing I could see when it came back to it, the only thing I could see that I wanted on there was gold. I wanted gold, so I put gold in the places where I thought I saw gold, and then I left it alone. Um, yeah, I don't have like a vision in my head for this page at all, or a vision of colors or where to start. I don't know. It almost has like this. Like I think I kind of want it to be something where it's like emerging from the ether or something, emerging from the haze, with the haze already being there with that orangish, red, and all that stuff going on. Um, but I don't know how I'm gonna make that happen. So we'll see. But yeah, I've been looking at these pages differently today. Like, oh, I could color this. Oh, I could color that. When before I was like, you don't want to color that. But something has me seeing these differently. Still haven't finished this page, which I use with watercolor pencils, but it's on the list. I feel like it is somewhere in me. I'm on a mission to like finish this book, to finish an entire Kirby book. This I thought about working on today too, and it needs a background in part to cover up the blue that bled through the next page. This page, by mistake, bled through. Thinking of doing this, I really love this page. I love this illustration. Um, but I wasn't in the mood for the tiny coloring I had to do for these mushrooms, which I love coloring mushrooms, but like I want each one to be different. And so probably break out with the Caran d'Ache pencils to do these, and maybe some gel markers, and then figure out what I want for the background. I thought about doing black for the background, but that seems so, kind of obvious. I don't know. So I gotta think of something. But I don't know, there was something about this page. It really was all these freaking leaves, but I was still attracted to doing the page. Something about it. I was trying to make each leaf look like I don't know. I wanted them all to have that look of those leaves that have the, red veins or whatever in them. And that was kind of hard. Ooh, I feel sweaty all of a sudden. It's a hot flash or something. So let's see, what else I have? I think that's it in this book. Those are things I was working on and looking at. Um, yeah, because I just was today. It's like, I did get a good night's sleep, and I did not want to work on anything to do with work. I wanted to make sure that I had a no work day. Um, and so I would not allow myself to open anything that had to do with work. So I watched a couple lives and things like that. Did some reading and did some sketching, which I'm gonna show you next. I'll probably show you something else in a little bit. I don't know. This is, this is awful. This is the last one I did. Trying to, I don't know. You know how, like especially in like the old movies from the 40s, how guys would like wear hats all the time and how they would tip their hats. So I was trying to figure out that, the positioning of that. And I drew the hat first because that's actually, day 35, I think. And, no, day 34 on 100 Days of Sketching. So this is day 35. I actually did 2 days today. Um, and I didn't really think too hard about this, which like probably should have, but um, this was magic, so I tried to draw a rabbit coming out of a hat. I tried to draw something kind of mystical looking. I don't know. That was the first thing that came out of me. This was actually the first thing that came out of me, and then all of a sudden I realized I forgot how to draw a star. And that's like one of the first things you learn, like in school. They show you how to draw a star, like without picking up your pencil. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't remember how to draw a star. And then I tried to draw a magician. Sorry, didn't say. Oh, I know what I wanted to show. I just remembered what I wanted to show. But anyway, I finished showing my sketches. So, the magician. Then this was my hat page, which like, in a way, hats are like, I don't know. I could have been like a little more experiential with it. As I looked at the Instagram for 100 Days of Sketching 2024, there are people that have done like whole like drawings and things from these that they've colored in and everything. And I thought, oh, I was like, well, I'm not really pushing it, am I? But I kind of don't want to. I kind of want to get used to drawing objects. If something else comes out of me that's more like a formal picture, yeah, it's like, yeah, okay. But I really am kind of focused on drawing particular objects and getting better at drawing them. So, um, so I just drew different hats. Got this one kind of like Oscar Wilde's hat with a feather coming out of it, kind of tallish hat. Um, and more hats. Tried to draw a pillbox hat with the netting that goes over it. Straw hat, floppy straw hat. I don't know. I think I kind of was thinking of, I don't know, those characters that you don't see their eyes or part of their face is covered up and all you see is the hat, like cartoon characters. Um, I had to draw one. I don't know what the formal name of this hat, but what is it? It's like I don't know if it's actually a tam or whatever, and it has a ribbon on the side. You see some soldiers, I think like Greek soldiers, wear a hat like this. Then I looked up pork pie hat because I was trying to figure out, well, how do you draw a pork pie hat? And so I tried to do that. Tried to draw one where it's like flipped up. Then I drew this one. This is this Cartman. from whatchamacallit, oh my god, South Park. Yeah, so those were my hats. This hat I thought of, oh, who's the guy that uh Ezra Pound or Walt Whitman or somebody that wore kind of a hat kind of like that. It was kind of a weird shape. Kind of weird people would wear this hat. Oh, I don't remember that. I don't know the name of the hat though. Looks almost like something from the Grimm brothers or something. Oh. So those are my sketches. And before I get back to coloring or get I gotta show this too. I actually opened up all the things that I wanted to color in this month, and they're kind of like sitting here on my desk. Excuse me, but this is one of the mandalas from Dawn's book. Excuse me. Oh, M Beans coloring. M Beans color with me. This is from our 20 unique mandalas black background, and like I had done this one, and I added lines in there, and then the background of this is so cool. I love what it did on the back. But I had started working like a couple weeks ago. I started working on this one. I had to erase out some of my lines because they weren't right. There is some bleed through from here from the previous page because I didn't put the card in there. Totally forgot. Um, but I figure whatever I use in here, I'm going to use something that will cover that up. And oops, why is that there? Should be under here. See, that's why I didn't cover it up. That's not big enough. Um, but I wound up just doing it freehand on this part, pretty much, and matching it up to like the middle of here. I actually was having more fun doing that. So that's what I did after I erased out the lines. And I thought, maybe I'll get more specific with the lines after. But I just wanted to get the center looking in one kind of way. So, what I'm thinking, and I probably shouldn't use this one, but what does that do on there? Because I need to blend in some of this, the pencil that's on here. I don't know, the pencils that I used. I wish I'd used a different set of pencils. Well, that does kind of blend it a little bit. Yeah, you want to get more texture and definition out of the flower. And I probably should stop doing this right now before I do something that I really don't want to do. Because I'm also not sure what I'm going to use, marker or... Although, see, like, I'm having fun doing that now. I don't want to stop. This is what happens. I pick up a pencil, I start doing something, I was like, hmm. This is what happens. So yes, I know I need to do work on the middle more to kind of bring out the flower. Um, and to blend in that pencil. I don't know if you can see, but it's like really kind of scratchy on here how I did it. And it was I think it was because of the pencils I used. But like in a way, like it's like I probably, I don't know why I chose pencil. I guess I just did that day. I don't know. It was kind of silly, I guess. I just probably just picked up whatever I had and started coloring. Um, but yeah, I want to bring out more in the flower. Because I did some outlining with acrylic marker, so you can see all in there. The purple, but I want to do some more with this, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do it with. Um, and it might be that I need to do the outside first to get a better idea, or I might just go in and start working on that more. I don't know. We'll see. So that's something I'm working on. close this. Oh, you know what? I need to protect it, though. Let's see that. So that's one thing I'm working on. And I wanted to show, and I kind of wanted to do a separate video, but I really don't have the patience for that right now. I did like two uploads, I think. 2 or 3 uploads, and one I had to edit like 4 separate videos and a still to make that video. I want to show some Christmas PDFs from the Dover sampler. I think it was from last week that I really like, and then I want to do. I can't remember. Okay, I have it on here though. Yeah. Okay, so these are from Creative Haven, Creative Christmas Coloring Book. So have the one of like the angels that kind of look like they are those set-in dolls, you know. So I did a few. I don't think I printed all the pages I have from there. I don't remember. But this is number 4 in the ones they had there. I love this one. It looks like Father Christmas from what you call it? A Christmas Carol. The one like at the end. Wait a minute, no, this is 7. This is number 7 in the sampler. So they had a lot of sampler pages in that set. This one is number 4. Yeah, this is page number 4. This I love this one. And by mistake I printed 2. So I was fighting with my printer, but I don't mind it at all because I really love this one. The Magi, and I'm thinking I'm going to make them, the colors in my head, I'm thinking as purple, red, and green. And then have like a dark blue background. So I have one be purple, one be red, one be green. That's what I'm thinking right now. This one has to be blinged out. It really has to be blinged out. So I would imagine this one is going to take me a little bit to finish. And why do I... Oh, that's why I have that shadow. Oops, sorry. Cinematography is not my thing, nor photography. I run from cameras usually, at least from the front of them. Okay, so I love this one so much. And this is sample page 5 from the Creative Christmas Coloring Book. And I have 2 of those. Is that it? Those the only 2? I guess so. Only ones I printed. So those are those are the ones that I intend to work on like in December. At least 2 of those 3. This one is from oh shoot. Well, obviously it's a Hanukkah. It's a Hanukkah book. Creative Haven Happy Hanukkah, I think it's called. I was trying to print the ones they have one of the dreidel, and it has like the different things with the dreidel with the Hebrew letter on it. And but that's when my printer ran out of paper, so I have to open up my new package of Astro Bright and fill it up so I can print that one. But I think the dreidel is my favorite one, and then this one. So they have one. They have one in the bunch that I printed from this book, the sampler, that it has a dog in it with like a hat on and something else. I'm like, is that kosher? It just was kind of like, oh no, I guess somebody had, approved it or whatever. But I thought, like, what's the dog got to do with it? Or is it just because they're, because it's kind of like a book for children or whatever, and they're trying to be, engage the kids. But so I like this one. Oh, I think I also have one, of course, of the menorah. So I have to go look for that one too because I may be doing that one. And Hanukkah starts on the 25th of December this year, which is interesting. So it's kind of like gives you, I don't know, if you want more celebrations, you can celebrate for a whole long time between everything. Anyway, so that's that one. There's the older ones I have in here too, but I'm not really including. I like these. I almost started working on one of these, but I thought, no, I'm gonna wait till December to work on anything Christmas. So, plus I want to work on that Advent coloring book, or I might do some Advent sketching because I actually found a devotional online through what was it called? What's the name of it? Hold on, let me look at the name of it. Eh, always too many pencils on my desk. Even when I'm trying to put them away, I wind up with more pencils on my desk. How does that happen? And I swear, you know what? This is tiring me out just doing that. I guess this proves I'm not ready for prime time. Um, let me find the name of it. I'll look at my email, I think. Da 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 da. Oh dear. Email's evil. Yeah, I know you're in here. Kate Bowler. It's by Kate Bowler, and it's called "The Weary World Rejoices." And she has a Advent devotional. So, and I liked the sound of her and the sound of the devotional. So, and you can download it. I downloaded it, I think, on my computer. You can also look at it on your phone. You can also do the interactive PDF. Um, all kinds of stuff. So, and she has like a podcast, I think, every day, and a thing for music, linked to music for the day. Um, and I thought that was really cool because it's like gives you this all around meditation on it. And like I said, I grew up as a Presbyterian. Um, my grandmother was an African Episcopal, African Methodist Episcopal, AME Zion Church, um, and my grandfather was, Black Baptist. His church was always the most fun. Um, but to be honest, my grandmother's church I didn't like so much. I liked actually the Presbyterian church more than I liked my grandmother's church because I love hymns. I loved singing hymns, and I loved having the hymn book and like trying to figure out what the notes were in there and seeing the notes. I am a hymn girl. I am. Um, and even though I've never cared that much for Christmas, um, I love Christmas carols and I love Christmas music. Well, traditional Christmas music. I don't really like new fangled Christmas music. Like, no. I like hymns. Um, and why did I say that? Oh, so I grew up Presbyterian, but and so Advent was kind of a thing, but the one Presbyterian church that we went to was kind of different, and so they didn't really always do all of those traditional things as hardcore as maybe some other Presbyterian churches would. But my best friend, who I talk about a lot, who passed a couple of years ago, the one that he went to, I think they did, and he and his wife would always, you know, do the Advent thing, right? And because his wife is just very thoughtful and very, I want to say, she has a what do you call it? A deep aesthetic and creative flair, even though she doesn't really seem to do anything um, blatantly like creative or crafty or whatever. She has a way of putting her hands to things and having an eye for things and putting it together with the idea that she wants to present. I don't know, it's just something about her. Um, and yeah, so they would celebrate Advent, and but I never really did, and so I'm kind of doing it this year, or going to try to do it this year, kind of in not in honor of, but kind of a kind of to maybe carry on a part of that for myself, and maybe to see if I get out of it what he used to get out of it, and make a connection with it. I tend not to like things that are. Hmm, I'm talking way too much. I stay away from things that are too institutionalized or whatever, but if I find the value in the spirit of it, I will adhere to the spirit of it. And I feel like there's something to the spirit of Advent that's valuable to me right now. So, um, not even, well, okay, now I'm getting philosophical and everything, but as I was looking at Kate Bowler's website and thinking of what she titled her Advent project or whatever, the weary world rejoices. And I think about, like when you look in the last book of the Old Testament, Malachi, and you think of all the things that were being said there, and then think about that being, there's like 400 years of distance, they say, between Malachi and then the New Testament books, and how dark it had to be in that time period between when there was no prophet, no, um, nobody speaking, for the Lord to the people, and how that had to feel. And I hear that in that title that Kate Bowler gives, "The Weary World Rejoices." You get tired. They had to be tired of so long, not just having to do the mundane, just having to do the secular, having to fight wars, to try to um, maintain their identity as Jewish people, to not, just all kinds of stuff. And I do want to do a study. That's something that I want to do. I want to do a study about in those 400 years in between what was going on. And I don't know. I just feel like there's a correlation there. And I kind of want to, not only do I want to study about it, but I want to see if I can do some sketching from it somehow. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but and maybe do like a little my very first junk journal or something on it. Um, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I want to make it a moment though. My first time really celebrating Advent. Um, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Just a thought. I'm just throwing it out there. Um, Something that I have kind of celebrated, or I don't know if you say commemorate because it happens every year, but is the winter solstice, because I always felt like I could hold on to that. I understand the winter solstice as far as, okay, this is the darkest night of the year, the shortest day of the year, and from here on the days are going to get brighter, um and longer. I could relate to that, and I was a part, like I said, of the winter sewing gardening group, and it was fun because like they we'd be online, and it was basically just a forum. I don't know how they do it now because now you could actually like go live and stuff. So I don't know if anybody from that group does that now, but the preparation for it always made it exciting because we're all collecting all these plastic containers. When we go shopping for groceries, we're looking for whatever. Oh, that orange juice comes in a big jug. That'll be good for planting seeds. And we were crazy people. It was a lot of fun. Um, but the preparation for it, our discussions about dirt, what kind of dirt we're buying. I would buy bales of Pro Mix basically, and like I would have it in the kitchen, which is like hilarious. But that's how you have to get the work done because we don't have like a basement with a like with one of those utility sinks or anything because otherwise I'd do it down there. But we didn't have that. Um, I would just clean up really well and try to be careful while I was doing it. And it's actually a relatively clean process too. Um, but just and I've talked about this before, but winter sowing basically is you put dirt in a jug, like an old milk jug. You have the milk jug cut in half so it opens up like what's his name? I say Grover, but now who's that? Elmo opens up like Elmo's mouth. And then you have holes in the bottom of the jug. You put dirt in the jug. You water the dirt. You throw your seeds on top. Sometimes I would always, I'd water it again and put it outside. And if there was snow, just stick it in a snowdrift. Hey, Bubbles. In my case, because we had so many dogs around then, that I would actually get a big plastic garbage bag, a clear one, and I would put all my jugs inside that and have it outside. Because if I didn't do that, when snow started thawing and the dogs were out, they might take one of the jugs and go like fling it around like it's a skunk or squirrel or something. That has happened. And I'd find the jug would be over at my sister-in-law's house empty. So I learned I had to put them all in a bag together and kind of close up the bag. And I would kind of close up the bag, just make sure that there was some air coming into it because do need the air. Um, but so that's what I would do. We would all do that on winter solstice, um, or we would at least save a certain amount of seeds to do on winter solstice. And also, like that was when, like a lot of times we would sow seeds that were like in memory of somebody. So like I still have a plant outside now that is one that I winter sowed for a former coworker's daughter who she died. She had I guess it's chronic disease. I guess you'd call it, and she had like three um transplants, three in her lifetime from the time she was like a baby. Um, and she died at like 21. And so I have a plant right now that's outside in my garden bed that I had winter sowed for her, um, the year she passed. And there's some other ones I have like that too. I can't remember what they all are. But yeah, so that's what we would do on winter solstice. And it would be like this big party online of everybody like, you know, sowing seeds in their kitchen or wherever else and putting them outside. And we counting how many jugs we had, and there actually was a count too. That was the other thing. Somebody was always in charge of keeping track of how many jugs we put out, and there was kind of a contest for each region for like how many jugs that region put outside because it was kind of national and international actually. Um, we had a lot of fun. I need to check and see if they're still doing that, but I can't do any gardening right now. But it was a lot of fun, and I knew nothing about gardening at all. I killed plants. I killed plants on the regular up to that point, indoor or outdoor. They were dead in my hands until I started doing that winter sowing. And it was so simple that, it was like you can't kill it, but it's so simple. Jugs with dirt and water, throw the seeds in there, throw it outside in the winter weather, and in the springtime, and sometimes summer, some of them take a little longer, but usually once it started getting warm, those jugs would be green with sprouts, totally green with sprouts. It was crazy. And everybody, it was always fun to see somebody who was doing it for the first time when they got their first sprouts. And like I actually had sprouts, and I live in a zone 5, and I would get sprouts in March when it was still like relatively cold, but because they're insulated from the jug, but also the seeds get used to that lower temperature so that what's warm for them changes. Um, and so like if it goes to like from like, you know, below zero, the stuff starts unfreezing maybe when it gets like around 32. So then when it gets up to like 40, they're kind of like, and they start like doing their thing a little bit. So it gets to 50 or 60, it's like, ping! It's like they're all like popping up all over the place. Um, yeah, that was probably one of the biggest things I've learned from being out here was that whole winter sowing thing. And I have sown perennials that like people have fought to start from seed in their house, experienced growers, you know. I've done them, and I've germinated them and planted them, and they're grown in my yard from me doing winter sowing. And I didn't know the difference because I just put the seeds out there and did that, and the process worked. If I tried to grow it indoors, I probably would have killed it. It would have gone moldy or whatever. But it's just about the nature of it's about the nature of seeds. Seeds are um, seeds have within them, they have like their DNA or whatever within them. What it's going to take for it to come out of dormancy. And a lot of times what happens with winter sowing is that helps them break their dormancy. You don't have to do anything fancy or anything with it. Just being outside in the weather and dealing with those changes in temperature can break its dormancy. In some cases, it's that the seed coating needs to be broken down, and it takes time for that to happen. With it being outside and going through it being extremely cold, getting warmer, sometimes the fluctuations in temperature that will help it break the seed coating and then break the dormancy. Um, that's what I know, what little I know about, seeds and stuff. But I did learn a lot about dormancy, and I learned a whole lot of stuff from doing that and from being in that community and being with other people who, plant things other ways too, but they still do winter sowing for some of their stuff. Um, it was amazing. I filled up so many garden beds. I made garden beds around here, and I had so many flowers. It was insane. And I kind of miss them, but yeah, I can't do that right now because we have to change some things in our yard so part of our yard doesn't flood anymore because all of a sudden it started flooding at a certain point, and it's like I'm not doing all that work for them to get flooded out. But well, that I didn't plan on talking about that. You can tell I'm excited about it. It really was an experience. I did that for like 7 to 10 years, and I had lists and lists and lists of seeds. I still have seeds left over from it that I'm trying to figure out what the heck do I do with them. Um, but anyway, um, so I don't think I don't know. Did I back to coloring? I think I still have to finish this. I did some more work on it though. I think from the last time I was on here, um, but I still have a little bit more to do to finish it. But I'm almost there. I'm working my way through not liking how the pencil was on here, which I think is because it's on the wrong side. This is the rough side, and I think this is the side I wanted the image to be on. But it doesn't look so bad. I have to clear this out too, because that's actually the door or whatever. So anyway, blah, 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 blah. And I haven't choked yet, so that's good. I feel it there at the bottom of my throat, but it's not coming out yet. So this is the one I need to experiment with stickles on as well. This and that other mandala that I did. And I don't know. Luna Moth is really special to me. I don't know when I'm going to do that one. I got to feel ready for it. And then all these Christmas ones. I need to get out markers to work with some of these. But I don't feel quite in a marker mood yet. Thank you. So this is one of the, and I'm going to start writing where I get the PDFs from on the back of these when I print them. When I save them, I try to make sure I save them under, the name and everything so that I can do that. I can write the name. I thought about working on this one today too. I thought, oh, this is marker. This has to be marker or gouache. Yeah, I don't quite know. This is my favorite from that one. I love this one. I need to get my other. I have this one that's Thanksgiving, but I don't really like it. I don't know. Just something, I don't like the lines on it. It feels kind of disturbing to me. No. Oh, here's the other one. This is the other one I want to try stickles on. I don't know. Should I try it now? Let's see. Still need to finish this one. It's like this one is definitely marker. Can't wait, but I have to wait. This is the one I finished. We have another printout of that one. Getting my stickles out too. Now I wish I had a gnome autumn picture, but all of these gnome pictures, they all seem, I don't know, they all feel like spring to me. Every single one of them. And it's like, I can't do that now. It's not spring. And I tried to make one look like autumn, and it looks awful. Okay, you want to see it? Let me show you. You won't see this often because it's really ugly. And I'm trying to redeem it, but it's just ugly. I can't. This is ugly. There's no turning back. This is ugly. So see, I can color ugly. If you had any doubt, I can color ugly. Yeah, I really wish there was a gnome fall book. That would be nice. So I want to color in Foxy's book. Tomorrow I'm getting Martha's book with the teddy bears, and then Martha's also going to come out with a Christmas book. Still want to work in Bailey's book. Oh my gosh, look at them. They're freaking cute. Two sticking out. Yeah, so thought about playing in this today too. It was really hard doing pencil on these apples. It's like, why did I do that to myself? But I did. Because I didn't want to get out my markers because what I was going to have to do to get to them. And so I thought, I'll just do pencil. And then I regretted it. It's like, no, you should have done marker. And I don't know if I showed this. I did the door. Hey, Ivy. So I did the door. I think I need to do the background. I was thinking of just using the Marabou art crayons and doing the background here. And I did these in pencil. And that wasn't bad. I don't know. It's just I should have done the apples with marker. But I was trying to be different. Let's see where that got me. I did a little more on this, not that much. I wanted to make a road. I got plans for this one. I want to add some things to it. And I also thought I could do a background with the um, Marabou art crayons with this too. So I'm not quite done with this either. So lots of things I want to play in. Oh yeah, then there's the. Oh, I did a flip through of this book, and I hadn't seen the inside entirely before I did the flip through, and it's kind of like I see why they say like this is more of an adult coloring book. I do love this page though because I love these lambs and the cows and the mule. I think they're cute. Um, so I don't know how I feel about the pictures and how I feel about coloring in them. Especially in the book, I almost thought about making a printout, printing it out on paper, but they have like bookmarks in here, and okay, I think this is hokey, but I guess this is intended for a kid. Um, but I do like these. I like this picture and this one. I almost wish there was more of this in the book rather than the really intricate gel pen kind of things in it. This one, I like that one. These, that's pretty. So, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. What else? And I got Foxy's book, and I actually I haven't colored in that at all. I almost feel like I'm gonna wait until the semester is over so I can really relax and color in it. But I saw the first page, and I almost colored this one today. It's just freaking adorable. And then there's a room that's in here. Is it this one? Might be that one. It's the rooms. I love rooms. Period. The end. I love rooms, which is why that book. Hey Taylor. Why I was telling Mary, call that book. Oh, there's a big one of that. Rooms of Wonder. I call it Rooms of Disappointment because there aren't enough rooms in it. It's like all I don't know. I like that one too. So I still have this to color in, and then I'm gonna get Martha's book that has teddy bears, and then Martha's gonna come out with a Christmas book. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. So yeah, so many things to color, and I just realized I still have my Alien World rocks to color. Which I almost did today. What's that? Okay. I have Foxy Color's other book as well. And I want to keep these separate because I want to keep the stickle ones separate. I need to start finding a place to put in a way to put my finished colored PDFs away. I'm going to put Tom's book up here because I'm going to use that soon. We're working on that one soon, I know. It's next on the agenda. Uh-oh. It's not till December. Oops, we got a little ways for that. Put that one here. Oh boy, so much going on. Okay, sketches back. So I got the Alien Worlds. Oh, I know what I didn't mention. I actually did something that's kind of funny. That Mary threw away. Mary threw away her Kirby books, and which I totally understand that sentiment. And I since I finally, it finally clicked in my head what books of Kirby actually are single sided pages, I actually went and bought them. Can you believe it? Hey Sharon, how are you? So I already received, what is it, Wonder Morphia? Um, and what's the other one? I just got it the other day. I can't remember the name. But I'm getting Anamorphia. It's on its way. Because I really like single-sided images, and I'm finding that that's a thing for me. If it's not a single-sided image in the book, I'm probably going to start side-eyeing them a lot and not bother with them. Um, I'm enjoying too much being able to do whatever I want on the PDFs, which are single-sided because I'm printing them out that way. And yeah, so oh yeah, I started working on this um, in Cosmic Spirit. I don't know when I'm coming back to it, but I started working on it. I made sure I finished all the fish. Um, so far, what I found, the what is it? Anamorphia, Wonder Morphia, um, is it the Phantomorphia or something like that? I don't know. I can't find it right now. I think it begins with an F. Or I don't know if I decided I didn't want that one because of the images in it or not. But I thought I got two already. See, like I said, I'm putting myself on a no buy in 2025 because like I've been like really showing out lately, and I don't need any more books. I need to color in the books I have. One second, I think I'm gonna move something. Can you get it at the same time again? Nope. I was wondering if I got it at the same time I got Foxy's book. No. Hmm. But I actually went and looked at flip throughs online, to make sure. And when I saw them flip through and saw that it was one sided, I was like, okay, that one. Um, yeah, I'm getting Anamorphia, and it's supposed to get here like in the next couple of days. And I think like I already have some of the images of them in like Color Morphia and some of the compilation books I have, and it seems like the pictures are smaller in the one-sided page books, but I'm not even mad at that because I'm just so happy that they're on one side. It's like, okay, I can work with smaller since I've been working in these books now. It's like I can work in smaller. But yeah, I found that double-sided pages really, well, make my butt itch. I can't hold it in. I have to say it. I don't like them. I just don't. And I guess I finally have come to that realization. Um, let me see. Here's the Wonder Morphia, which is kind of cool because it's going to give me an opportunity to color some pages again. Well, not that many because I haven't colored that many Kirby books. But see, they're smaller than they are in the compilation books, these pictures. But like I said, I don't even mind it. This is the first Kirby page I ever colored. I colored it in Color Morphia. So I'm glad for another opportunity to do this because to me that was a hot mess. Um, but I feel like now I kind of have a better idea of how to approach it. We'll find out if that's the case or not. Yeah, so the only downside is that the images are smaller, but I'll take that trade off. I'll take it. because those double-sided pages are pissing me off in the other books. They're just really aggravating me. But it took me a long time to get there. I've been afraid of Kirby. Oh, another chance at this. That's cool. I've been afraid of Kirby books for a long time. You can ask Bubbles that I was like, I was afraid of these, the mythographic books. I was like, no, I don't want any of those. Something has changed as I've gotten, used to. Oh dear, gotten used. Should have had this one for Halloween. Gotten used to. I want a second chance at this. I messed it up in my first one. This actually looks like the same size as the one in the compilation book. That one's definitely tinier. Ooh, Lord, that's super tiny. That's my favorite. Yeah, so... Oh, I get to do over on this, too. I need to do over on that one. Yeah, they are. And it's almost like... It's like... I feel like something has changed about the way that I see them. And I don't know what made that happen. But I feel like grouping things, being able to categorize parts of what's in them or something, helps you deal with them. And like, there's a point at which, like, okay, that's not relaxing coloring, okay? But when it gets to a point where it is relaxing coloring for you, if that happens, then I think that's the point, the turning point. Because that's what happened to me with this. Like, why? It's like normally I would have skipped over this first page and be like, it's boring, it's repetitive, it's the same thing. But you know what I do is when I'm in a mood where I just don't want to think too hard and I just want to immerse, I break out with this page and start coloring. And I actually was really enjoying myself as I colored it, just sticking to those few colors, doing the shading or whatever on it. I don't know how the end result's going to look, but I'm enjoying the process. When I did this, I don't even know how that happened, but I love it. It just happened. I had some, I don't know, I think I had a white pencil that had some sea green or something left on it, and that's what's underneath here. I just did that, and it's like, oh, it's kind of green. I was like, oh, well. And then I took the blue and went over it. And then I liked it. So I don't know. Something changed for me. Something changed. And I guess it's just from, I don't know, coloring. Yeah, but it's only been like 3 years now? And I spent 2.5 years being afraid of Kirby, pretty much. So it took that long for it to kind of... But then he's not for everybody either. Because like every, every coloring illustrator is not for everybody. Because like I'm not that fond of the Camellia Derico. I'm just going to use the book to figure out how to do watercolor. But it's not my go-to for coloring. I don't know. I can't think of other people that maybe are. I like Johanna Bashford, but some of her pages drive me crazy too. And I have to be in a certain mood to do it. And like how many finished pages I have, I don't even know. So, but yeah. So this, I'm not going to be. I don't think I'm going to be coloring in this that soon. This or the Anamorphia. I'm going to keep working in the compilation ones. To keep getting a better feel for coloring Kirby, basically. That's what I'm thinking. Because I also feel like I need to kind of get, a handle on using watercolor and using gouache, so I can kind of look at those pages with more of a multimedia eye. Um, so, woo. But yeah, I've had this book and I just started coloring in it a couple weeks ago. And I started with the first page, which kind of shocked me. I didn't want to do this page. That looks boring. I don't even know. Like, no. Nor this. I was like, no, no, no. Maybe later, but this page, for some reason, I was like on it. And it's nothing but rocks. It still kind of amazes me. But yeah, I do. I got them. Got my Johanna books from thrift books, most of them, and I do like them. I'm just like I have to be. I'm not. I guess I'm not there in that mood lately. But I am getting that Christmas one. That's right. I am getting that with the Anamorphia. It's coming with the Anamorphia. It was supposed to come with the All Is Bright book, but they kind of separated the shipment. I'm getting that like for Christmas coloring. And something I like using in Johanna Basford are crayons. I like using crayons in her book. Um, and then I have those Hannah Carlson books that I love those books, and I haven't colored in them in a very, very long time. I'm waiting for Anamorphia and the Johanna Bashford's Christmas book from like years ago. I don't know what year it came out, but it came out a while ago. Um, I got a used one from Thrift Books. So that's coming with the Anamorphia. So I want to not have so many whips, so I have a lot to finish or work on finishing before I get there. I was working on this page. When I got tired of working on it, I just flipped over to this one. But I need to finish this. I just was obsessively working on this, and then I felt like I needed to step away to figure out what it needed. I kind of still feel that way. Almost felt like I needed to add some watercolors or something to them, but I gotta get used to the watercolors first. Mm, but a whole lot of purple going on. I don't know. Anyway, that's a lot of stuff. And I didn't do any coloring. What time is it? Ooh, hour and 22 minutes. I don't know if I feel like getting out stickles now. Yeah. So, I'm kind of feeling like I want to finish Kaleidomorphia. Or get as close to it as possible. And see, this is the first Kirby page I can say that I've ever finished that I really like. Yeah. Before this, I can't say there was one I really was like proud of. This one I don't mind looking at and showing people. The other ones, I mean, I don't mind showing people, but they're ugly. Or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing with this guy, but whatever happens, happens. I mean, he's like a elephant mastodon or whatever flying in space. So, like, what do you want? I don't know. Yeah, I guess as long as the paper can handle it. Um, and then I have put down because I learned about the using the watercolor ground gesso, white or transparent gesso, or I guess this too. I guess will work for it because I did do this on one of the pages. Satin glazing liquid, so that it will kind of keep it from keep the water from soaking through. But I kind of don't want to. I kind of want to use as little water in the watercolor as possible, personally, because I don't want it to like. I don't want the color to. I don't want it to be pale. I want a lot of pigment. So I still have to learn how to do that and play around with it. And that's what I was doing with the. This is my foray into watercolors. Although I used watercolor pencils. Well, I used the the distress watercolor pencils on this page, which was kind of interesting. And I really liked how this turned out. This part's a little yellow, but like I'm gonna fix that somehow. Um, and then this page with the, where is it? Where are you? Oh, is it before this page? No, that's that page. Oh, this one. I used watercolor pencils on this. And this has that Daniel Smith watercolor ground on it. And it feels really like kind of grainy, but it holds there's no bleed through or anything. I may have been able to do it without putting that down on there, but yeah. So some paper in the books are can take up to it. If you have like the um, Amazon like creative space paper, that won't hold up to you would, I don't know. I'm thinking if you wanted to prime it, you'd have to do it probably a couple times with the watercolor ground or that the satin finish thing for it to be able to hold any kind of water. I'm not sure. I don't think I would even try it on that kind of paper. In any case, who knows? Maybe someday I will though. I don't know. Might try it to see what happens. Um, but see, like with this one, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do next with it. I'm That's what happens with like every Kirby page. I'm kind of dumbfounded, like I don't know. Um, and it's like now I'm getting, at least sometimes when I look at them, I have an idea. Whereas before I just was like clueless. So, and I kind of like that process of thinking it through. So I'm one of those kind of people where I kind of, I don't want to always have to color like that, which is why I like doing things like mandalas and I like doing, things from Creative Haven and other things like that, bold and easy, because then I just enjoy coloring, without hardcore thinking about anything. But I do kind of like the meditative process of trying to figure out what's going to work in something and continuously, like with the rocks in the alien worlds, how it's just like one little piece, little by little. Sometimes I like to color like that. So having something where I can do that kind of coloring, and then having things where I can do this kind of coloring, or or this kind of coloring, I like having that variety because I don't always want to color the same way, the same. Sometimes I just want to just quickly and have fun and whatever. I mean, that's even, hey, Mandy. That's why I'm even taking a long time trying to come to this with the stickles, is because I've never used stickles before. I don't know how to use stickles. And so, yeah, so that's new. And it's not really relaxing for me to use something new. Um, and then like these in this book that I got for the color along with Foxy View and Bubbles. Like I don't really know what I'm doing, and I don't. It's like I look at this page and it's like I don't know. What do I do next? What do I do now? I don't know. I can't open it up. Oh, I hate that. I need to set up an overhead camera, but I have stuff to do it, but I haven't done it yet. But yeah, so like I don't even know what to do with this now. It's like, yeah, so now what? I you know, it's not speaking to me yet because I got to get my head around it. I got to get my head wrapped around what's going on. Like, what's the possibilities? Like, what am I doing? what do I like here already, and I want to make sure I don't get rid of. Um, One thing that I miss is that I went right in and I made her hair that color, and I did that with another one too. And then the cover, I didn't even pay attention. Oh, her hair is blue. I could have done that. Blue and like all these other colors. So next one I do is probably going to be like that. But uh, that's kind of interesting. What's going on there? Did I do pencil? I think I went. I must have gone in with pencil on her hair. I see shiny spots on there. Oh, plus I'm not used to like how it feels. Oh, I hate the feeling. It's got the watercolor ground on it, and I don't like how that feels. But I have to get used to that, I guess. So yeah, and I thought about working on this now that I have those other watercolors, which is what I did this one with. But like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. It takes thought. It's going to take thought for me, more thought than like these other things that I'm used to doing take. So the one thing I did was I based it in this color, so then I'll just go over it with other colors, which I don't even know what I'm going over it with. I don't know why I have a peach seahorse, but whatever. I wanted her to match. I wanted the horse to match her, but I don't know where I'm going with it. Just playing around. So kind of wish I could have done that like the past couple of days, worked on this, but I couldn't really. And then I had to wait for watercolors a little bit, maybe a day or two. I do some work. So I don't know. I think in the meantime I'm working on that horse, or that what the not horse, the elephant thing. Waiting for something to come to me on a background, the rest of the background for this, and I don't know. And then something simple. I suppose I could start on one of the Christmas things, but I'm not quite ready yet. So I wonder, do I want to try the stickles on here? Do I have any place for it to dry? Let me get rid of some of these books. Oh. And I'm trying to sketch now. At least every other day, if not every day. Still have the Jasmine Beckett Griffith books. What are those? I'm trying to wrap my head around. Where are you? I can find them. I have too many containers now that look alike, so I'm not sure if I can find them. I'm too tired to look for them. That's what I think. I don't know. Too much. I don't want to work in that. I don't want to switch out pencils. So I guess we'll wait till tomorrow on these guys. Yeah, I don't know. Well, little by little, they learn them. It's been a long time though. I've watched people like use, these things for a long time, and I'm just like, I don't know what they're doing. I don't understand that. And in some cases, I still don't understand. But if you don't venture out, then you won't learn. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm gonna work an elephant dude or this page. I think I started working on this page because I was like, I don't care how it turns out. I just felt like coloring. It's like everything he has on this side is like the same kind of color though. like a warthog. Warthog's basically brown. This is for that guy. Yeah, for me to work on the elephant, this one, or the mastodon, to work on him, I got to get my color pencils out. And I'm not sure I feel like doing that. So I think that's why I started working on this one. I didn't want to deal with the pencil switch. Okay, I'm going to go with the giraffe. And I need a... Oh, I need to put my leg up. Ouch. I hope I don't disconnect anything. Okay, well, I'm talking and I haven't choked, really. So that's good. Whew, that really made it sharp. I did. That's why I can't put my leg up. Well, we figured that one out. Although it kind of gave it a better position. How can happen? What's it plugged in? Except I don't want it falling again. There we go. This is a sharpener for the Cretacolor pencils, those big ones. And this is the side for the big ones. But I sharpened this pencil in this one, the smaller one. Look at that point. It's like, wow. It's going to get you. Yeah, I think it just gets so, like, I want to lay down color that, like, I don't even care what it is I'm coloring in. It's just like, let me put down color. Why do make colors do something? And I just, I don't know. I almost feel like the bold and easy coloring pages, it almost seems sometimes like it matters more what you put down. You can't cover it up. And so, and I'm not good with markers. And so I have to think a little bit or be in the right head so that I place the right color, use the right color and place it in the right place, because I'm thinking more about how the mark is supposed to be on there, because I don't know how to use markers really, so I'm trying to learn. So sometimes bold and easy is not easy for me because I think too hard. And also it's kind of more relaxing in a way too, but it's a relaxing in a very particular way that doesn't really involve blending, and blending is really relaxing for me. It really is. Yeah, I'm knocking things over, and well, at least I'm not throwing them at anybody. Yeah, my desk is like really like, ooh, it's jacked up right now. Just because, I don't know, I'm trying to rest, basically. I'm trying to be chill and not do too much because I have a habit of doing too much. And I kind of, even like yesterday was supposed to be technically my sick day, but I still did work. It got to like the afternoon and I was like, well, I'm sitting here, I might as well do something. I don't want to go to sleep. So I wound up doing work, which was like, so I told myself today, no, none. But I wound up doing that yesterday because I had to wait for a phone call. I had to wait twice. I had to wait for a phone call from the same place because I was supposed to have an appointment today that was made back in, well, actually, The appointment was made in August and it was made for October. And then in September, they moved it from October to November. And so it was supposed to be today. So yesterday, I was on the phone with them all day, waiting back and forth. I had to wait for a phone call back from them. And it's like, well, I took today to sleep. And now I got to keep my phone on and I got to wait for a phone call. I'm sick. If I go to sleep, I'm going to be out, 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 out. I'm not going to be waking up for a phone call. So I had to make myself stay awake. And by the time I made myself stay awake, then I really was awake. I could not go to sleep. It's like, but then like the phone calls went from, they were in the afternoon and then they were also in the evening. It's like they finally like resolved everything and says, nope, don't come in tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I think it was. I was like, well, you just took my whole day that was supposed to be for me to rest. So that's when I just started doing some work. It's like, forget it. I'm just going to do some work and then I'll rest tomorrow. So I didn't take a nap or anything today. But I mean, I haven't been, doing anything major. I'm making myself be chill. Watched a couple lives. I didn't even start coloring until, I don't know, like 3 o'clock or something like that. I wasn't even doing that. I hadn't done any coloring for like, not since Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, I think. It'd been a while. I didn't do any coloring. I just was really like, I don't know. My head was like out there. Oh, I know what it was. Yeah, I didn't do it Sunday. Probably hadn't colored since Friday or Saturday because Sunday I spent my whole day trying to find out what to do about work and then setting stuff up for while I wasn't going to be at work. Just crazy. So I wound up working on Sunday, basically, preparing for not working. How's that work? Hmm. So thought I was going to take it easy on Monday. Wound up waiting up all day for phone calls back and forth. Um, so I did have a good night's sleep last night. Plan on, was it 7:42? Plan on getting a good night's sleep tonight. And then we'll see what the Lord says for me to do tomorrow. Because if I'm not up to it, I'm not up to it. I gotta learn how to take care of myself a little better. And I didn't really want the giraffe to be orange. I really didn't. I don't know. I kind of wanted it to be beige, but then that's kind of boring with all these other colors. But really, giraffes aren't really orange. Uh-oh. Mandy's making pork chops now? We are all going to Mandy's house for dinner. I'm telling you. Mandy's always making something good. I promise. I'll bring like I don't know, a nice bottle of non-alcoholic wine and some good bread or good cheese. I won't come empty-handed. Oh, I could make them with brown. I don't know why I'm doing this to this giraffe. Somebody tell me. Oh shoot. Prismacolors to the Prismacolors to the rescue again. But I used the wrong sharpener. I should have used the Ratchetta. The Ratchetta likes the Prismacolors. And Prismacolor is like Sriracha. Don't prove me wrong now. Thing is, when you go back to work expects, and this is any job, they expect 100% from you, even if you're not 100%. So it's always that kind of, you can't tell anybody, no, I'm really tired today. I can't really do all that. They don't care. If you're there, they're like, yep. They're going to ask everything of you they would on any other day. So it's almost like you kind of have to be your own, um, I hate, I hate sounding like trite. You be your own advocate. I don't know how long, I don't know, that, that sweaty thing that I have, that I always have when I can tell my body's fighting something. I still have that, and I don't, yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Because I'm like, well, if you're still fighting something, is something about to bust out? Oh, I don't know how to place that. And I've always had that, and I don't even know what you call it. Because it's like hot flashes, but it's not a fever, really. It doesn't seem like it's really a fever. I don't know. Um, but it's like, I don't know. Maybe it is a fever, and I don't know it. But my temperature isn't like, isn't bad. Well, I didn't take it in the past hour. But I know what it means for me. I know it means that my body is fighting something. So I just go to bed tonight again and sweat it out. That's what I've been doing every night. Just sweating it out. Feels gross, but always seems to help things progress. You know what I didn't do? I don't know if that'll help with COVID. But usually I can't stand whiskey. But that's when like the whiskey, spoonful of whiskey with lemon and honey in hot water. Can't stand it, but it definitely would help with sweating it out. I saw some. Did I really eat enough today? I don't think I did. I need to do better tomorrow. I tried to eat some, I don't know, I had this meal from that Factor 75 company. Some kind of chili chicken, or green chili chicken or something like that. It was alright. I don't know if it was because I didn't really have an appetite or it just wasn't that great. But I actually like warmed up some rice. Yeah, I do. Um, some rice I had in the freezer. I thawed it out to have with it because I don't know. With me, for some reason, I can't have like anything with peppers in it. without rice. Is it this Jamaican in me or something? I don't know. But it's like, oh, I need rice with this. I don't care what they got. But even that, it's like, if it has a sauce and like rice, it's like sauce in it and peppers. I have to have rice. But I didn't even. I think I ate mostly the rice, not much of the chicken, just the rice with the stuff on it. It just wasn't. I wound up throwing it away. I only ate half of the. Only took half of what was in the container of the meal, and then I added some rice to it, and then I wound up throwing half of what I had served out to myself in the garbage. I was just like, I don't want that. I gotta do better. I did take vitamins today, though. I took a B12 after I ate, and was it yesterday? Yesterday I took a um 10 10,000 ICU or whatever that's called of D, a gel. Um, so, and I took Airborne last night. I've been taking Airborne every night. But I got to do better about taking vitamins because I think that I really think that's why I got sick. Because for the past 3 years, up until this last year, I have been taking vitamin D, zinc, and Airborne, and K2. I actually was taking K2 as well. Whenever I took the vitamin D, and I keep it so that I have like 2,000 ICUs a day. So with this 10,000 cap, it's like every 5 days I take another 10,000, and then I would take the K2 with it. But I haven't been doing that the past year because of my braces and me not really eating right. And I take the vitamins with, according to my food. And so that was slacking off. And I think that's why I got sick. My whole vitamin regimen, my D regimen was not there. But I didn't get half the things that, like, I didn't get all my husband got for sure. He got the chills and got the chills so bad. I woke up out of my sleep because the bed was shaking. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Yeah, he had all of them, and he didn't have his vaccination, and I did. So I got mine October 10th. And I usually get it like the end of September, early October, because at work that's when usually like everybody starts coming down with stuff. So I don't wait. As soon as it comes out, I schedule mine. So I do have somewhat a voice, which is good. I'm doing good in this live. I guess I don't mind the giraffe being this color. I don't know, I might go over it with some kind of gray or something to kind of make it not so yellow. But then that might make him green. I don't want him to be green. Wait, that's the inside of his ear, isn't it? Hmm. Oh, their snout is black. Yeah, the K2. Yeah, and I didn't this time. I probably should. Oh, that looks weird. Why did I do that? Now it looks like it has like lipstick or something. Black lipstick. Goth giraffe. Where's my eraser? Yeah, I was doing that the K2 and the D together like religiously for like 3 years. Up until I had braces. Then it was like hard because I couldn't. First of all, I couldn't eat. Then I was wondering, well, did I eat enough for it to even like do anything for me to like not get an upset stomach or whatever? And this is so problematic. I don't know what to do with that giraffe's mouth. It looks weird. It doesn't look normal. Uh, some combination black and brown. So I'm going to test again on Friday to see. I don't know. I might even wait till Saturday unless there's somewhere I need to go Friday. But either way, I've read that they said like even like 10 days after you test negative, you can still transmit it. It's a possibility. So I'll probably, anywhere I go, I'm just going to wear a mask. It's like I wore a mask when I went out on Friday when my husband tested positive. And I went to the grocery store. Well, fortunately that I did. It was a good thing I did. I went to the grocery store and bought a bunch of stuff, you know, food to help us get better, help him get better, basically. And then I tested positive on Sunday. But yeah, I'm probably going to be wearing a mask for a while because I don't want to get anybody else sick. That is not my goal in life. Where's that white pencil? And then trying to get it straight, like when to take what. But I finally got it straight, I think. Then I need to take the, don't take the D and the B12 together, but the D that I have seems to do well. If I don't have to eat a lot, it seems to take that. Um, the B12 I've got to eat before I take that. So which meal to take it with, and yeah. So and I took an iron pill too. It's like a where is it? It's like what do you call it? Um, what do they call it? I don't know. The digestible ones, they add like I think a little C to it so that it's digestible and this is actually chewable. Yeah. So I took one of these too. There's a little bit of vitamin C in it. So they don't upset your stomach. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what is that? It's the elephant. Oops. Well, that's not good. So I'm trying to get back into the vitamin buying. Mm. The other thing I got to figure out is like I have vitamin C and magnesium, and no, not vitamin C. It's zinc and magnesium and calcium. I have to figure out when to take that because I can't take that when I take the C. I think so. It's almost like I need to take it like an hour before I go to bed, and then take the airborne. I don't know. I gotta figure that one out, and I have to have it stuck in my head when to take it. Excuse me. Uh, okay, so we got one elephant. Do we want them to be the same? Not really. That wasn't really fun to color. I mean, I did it, but it's kind of hard. Maybe because of the pencils I was using, but there's one that's kind of brown and one that's kind of. Maybe we'll make him more gray and black. I need to sharpen this pencil. I kept getting these Evazar pencils mixed up with the Colors, and I just realized the Evazars have kind of an iridescent end, and so that's how I've got to remember to distinguish between them. If I happen to not put them away after I use them. Yes, I can definitely understand and relate to coloring Kirby books not being enjoyable for people. I can totally relate to that. Because I was there. And sometimes I'm still there. I just I guess I realized that my head isn't, if my head is in a certain place, then I can do them. If it's not, nope. Do I know where it is my head has to be at to want to do them? Nope. No clue. Well, one thing I have to say, it has to be in a place where, like, I can do this kind of picky, kind of just follow the lines and whatever, and not really fill in the color. I have to be in that kind of mood. And sometimes I'm just in the mood where I want to fill in the color. I want to see color. I don't want to do this kind of picky kind of thing. But now I think I don't know, I'm in the mood to do that. I don't know why. Can't explain why. I am looking forward to doing some bold and easy coloring, though. And that's when I'll have to switch out my coloring stuff that's readily available to me. Excuse me. Ooh. And I'm not so sure what those are beyond all the markers, like the alcohol markers and the acrylic markers. Probably the Marabou art crayons. I want to play around with them more, like I did with that one page in Bailey Black's book. her Bold and Easy fall coloring book. I want to do a little bit more like I did on that one page where I used, I don't know, different stuff. And I want to start using those distressed inks. I really want to figure them things out. How to make them work for me. And yeah, I think I used them on that page because I saw M Beans Color With Me use them in one of Bailey Black's vampire books. Or I think it was one of those. And it was like, whoa. The way she used it in there, that color just popped. And it was that day that I saw her using them in that video. I was like, okay, let me try kind of using them like that. I don't think mine was, well, I had a different kind of page, but I don't think mine was as effective as hers was, but it kind of made me a little braver to kind of break out with them and try. So I have to probably watch some more people and to keep getting myself braver to try. Oh, oh, that's a drag. Yeah, that really must have been a special or something that they had at that time with them. I love the case they come in. That's like, I love this case. Okay, I don't mind this gray as opposed to the other, but how am I gonna? Hmm. Hmm. See, every gray in this set has like a different undertone. So I don't know if I should do. See, I feel like this kind of coloring is almost like painting. And when I'm coloring with colored pencils, I don't always want to be doing this. I want to color. But for now, it's working for me. Now, is it supposed to be? That's the outside of his ear, not the inside. No, that should be the inside of his ear, right? I don't know. I don't know what to do with their inside of their ears. You know, when we were kids, we would always paint the inside of their ears, color the inside of their ears pink. And now I'm like, I want to Google. It's like, are the insides of their ear really pink? They're like some kind of salmon, maybe. Which I got this color, right? But how much of it? I don't know. Just hoping I don't regret it. We're just doing that again. We're just going in. Ask questions later. Not really wise. I don't know how I feel about that. I gotta Google. Let me Google real quick and see. Now, see, I kept thinking if I Google inside of elephant ears, they're probably gonna show me the pastry. I love elephant ears. Oh my god, I love them things. Used to be able to get them at 7-Eleven. Oh, they're so crispy and flaky and the right amount of firmness. Side of elephant ears. I'll do elephant ears, so then that won't show me food. I'm gonna say what color. I'm gonna ask them everything. What color is the inside of an elephant's ears? The inside of an elephant ear. No, not the plant. Tell me how to play it. Okay. You didn't even show me the food. What does the inside of an elephant's ear look like? Okay, like, really? Oh, wait a minute. So that's the outside. Maybe that is the outside. See, I'm not around elephants. I don't know. Okay, do elephants have pink in their ears? And this says leucistic elephants' pigmentation typically darkens as they grow older, only leaving pink behind their ears, whatever the heck that means. Oh. Okay, I'm going with gray. You're getting gray. This is not the inside of their ear, this is the outside. What do I know? I don't live around any elephants. Elements. Elephants. We doing gray. We doing gray. I didn't know, elephant. I didn't know. Now I know. I don't know if I'll remember, but now I know. Okay, you can kind of see my erasing, but whatever. So I got a lot that I'm thinking about doing for coloring and stuff over the next month. I'm not sure what's actually going to stick, but I do really want to do the Advent stuff. I'm trying to think about how to do it. And honestly, it probably would be really good for me to do that junk journal thing and start with that. Start doing Advent junk journal. That would keep me focused. And as far as subject matter, maybe, oh, I do have the thing I can use for it. I have an old planner from like 2008 that I can use. And I've been watching Jean and Martha and Annie and who else? Miss Southern Belle with other things that they've been doing, and so maybe my watching them will have rubbed off on me. I've also watched Dee Dee. What would Dee Dee do? Dee Dee Willingham. I watched her, like, I miss her now because of me working on Mondays, which is kind of a drag. I used to like hopping into her live, but I'll be doing a different schedule. That's the plan next semester, so I'll probably be able to be in her and watch her live more starting in January. It's kind of cool. So I just followed his lines and darkened it according to his lines. I mean, that doesn't feel that much like coloring, but something about that I think does give you an idea of how to shade and contour. Oh, I think it does. I think that might have done something with my coloring. That might have positively affected my coloring with, doing him and his little cavity things here. And they kind of look cool when you color them in. But I even had to learn how to do that because I'm going to have, that's kind of cool. I'll probably have a side by side of a picture, at least one. But that first picture, the first Kirby picture I ever colored, which was, it was actually on the first live I'd ever been on. I was on a Views of Views live with Lalani, and we colored that one page with that skull thing or whatever in the forest. So it's in that Wonder Morphia book. So I could actually see, like, how's my coloring changed from one to the next. I don't know. Maybe that might give me a reason for doing that first. Maybe. So maybe I can look at it and analyze it and see, okay, so what am I doing differently now? That these pages feel different to me. Okay, so we got this dude. A little bit. They don't seem to, I don't know. I mean, they're just like, I don't know. Whatever. We're just going to keep going, I guess. Yeah, because I don't want to get out my color pencils right now to work on this guy. I need to do his tail. That's the main thing, and I need to do it before I forget what color pencils I used. Because I didn't write the colors, I just put them down on there. The pencil type. Anyway. Wow, 2 hours and 16 minutes, but like I'm not ready to leave yet. So now we got Mr. Warthog. That's the thing, these guys are all the same color, so I'm gonna make, I don't know. I don't know. Birds. No, not birds. I think I've had enough of birds for mythographic aviary. And I don't want to have to color that white. Ugh. It doesn't, I can't make it, I don't know, I can't make it stand out if it's going to be white. I don't know how. Unless I add blue. Like I did that rocket. Well, that rocket doesn't really look white. Well, I don't know. Okay. So now I gotta wait for the new appointment for the one that was canceled today, but I have a feeling that I didn't really need it. I think I know what the problem was. I think the problem was me not taking vitamins and not eating. I had to go. I might as well say what it was. I had to go for like to a hematologist, and I really think it's because I wasn't eating well the past year. I wasn't eating right, and I wasn't taking my vitamins either, and I wasn't able to eat the things that I normally eat either. It was a big part of it because I'm a real vegetable eater, and braces really messed that up. I actually figured out for the first time how to crunch on a carrot and not break my braces. But it's so much work and takes so much attention. It's like, nah, I'm just going to put it in the food processor if I eat it, which then a lot of times I wind up not eating it because, like, I got dirty with another dish just to eat a carrot. Like, really? It is, I take this. Let's see if I can get it out without a disaster. I need to take it anyway, so I need to get it out. And I probably should take it right now, actually. I take this. It's from Piping Rock, calcium, magnesium, zinc. What's in it? And I don't take it, when I take it, I don't usually take it every day, or I don't take all three caplets. If I take it every day, I'll just take one. A lot of times I'll just do one every other day. Excuse me. Mm. But because the airborne also has zinc in it, so I don't want to overload on it. But yeah, this is what I take. But then also, like, it was kind of weird. I stopped taking this with braces on, especially initially, because I was eating a lot of bananas. And it seemed like, I don't know, something was weird, like between the potassium and the magnesium. I don't know. I don't know. The stuff I was reading, I was like, I don't know what's going on. It was just kind of weird. And so I just kind of chilled on it. I don't know. So I was eating more bananas than I usually eat because it was the one thing I could put in a smoothie, easily make a smoothie with. I was bananaed and smoothied out. Ugh. Guess we're making this all brown. What other color can we make it in? So I still like. I don't really like taking a lot of supplements. I like to get it from my food, but the problem is I haven't been able to get it from my food because of what I could eat and what I couldn't eat, and I need somebody to actually like take the stuff and puree it for me and say this is dinner. You know what I mean? For me to eat it because with working, like it takes a lot of time and stuff to do that, and like when you think of it, well, it's not exactly something to look forward to. So then you have that against it too. It's like, well, this isn't fun. I don't even feel like eating anyway. So let's just ditch the whole thing, and that's what I kept doing, and just not really eating, which is not really good. Uh, so I think that's really what the whole problem was. I think by the time I do get in for that appointment, they're probably going to say, "Oh, there's nothing wrong." So I'm kind of wanting to make these guys blue. Or have some kind of blue something with it. But I don't know. We got this this like right in the rhino's back. That's hilarious. That like I know people get upset them things are in there. It doesn't make sense, but it's kind of funny too. I don't know what made him do that. I don't know. Okay, let's do a tusk. How about that? And I have like a one of my friends from a long time ago. She was like she was the second roommate I ever had. Um, her mom died at like I don't know, was she 84? I think, but she was pretty much healthy. But she died from there was bleeding on her brain or something like that, and I don't know. My friend says that she thinks it's because her mother was taking her mother and her mother's husband were taking so many supplements or something like that. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember precisely what it was, but she said something like that, and I thought, oh, that's not good. But yeah, her mother was taking like everything under the sun, all these supplements, and it's like, okay, there's a limit. There's a point where all that doesn't help you. I don't know, but she thinks that's what happened. So I kind of am like, I really want to get whatever I get from Whole Foods, not from supplements if I possibly can. But then, like, I've been in a situation where I couldn't. So, I don't know. We're almost at the end of that, though. We're at the end. Because we're into that, into the braces, the last half of the journey, or less than half of the journey, I think, for that. I just got my last reimbursement from insurance for it, which was my indication. It's like, okay, we're nearing the end. They submitted the last part of the we call it claim. So we're on the 6 month on. Oh, I gotta make sure I finish. I gotta do his trunk. What color is this? Does it say? It's gotta say, right? Can't see. I gotta look in the. It looks brownish. Oh, elephant gray. Well, that works. That's why I used it. It's elephant gray. Uh-oh, here comes another hot flash. Yeah, so here's hoping I get my regulation act together with my food. And I've been able to eat more normal like the past month and a half or so, which is good. Problem is I haven't had a lot of time to cook. Oh. Yeah, I think they do it. They do that to a lot of people. They don't like them doodles. They're like, no to the doodles. These are Evazar. Where is it? Where is it? Evazar London. They're called. Oh, I can't even see it. Evazar London. There you can kind of see it. And they had them. I got them off of. I don't know. It might be like 2 years ago from this month. Maybe it might be that I got them from Amazon. They had them there on sale, and they were 100 of them in a zippered case. That is really nice. The case is really nice. This is the case. It's a nice size too. You can see that. It's like a square case. A nice kind of tweedy fabric, and yeah. But Ivy Pearl was saying that they don't have them. They only have the 24 set on there now. Oh, you know what? I think I did need this gray. So they're kind of, I don't know, they're kind of a soft pencil and a hard pencil at the same time. I think they're kind of similar to the Colors, actually, to be honest. And they're also similar to the, what do you call them? The Spectrum Noir pencils. Yeah, they're kind of similar to those. And they're kind of a fat pencil, like the Spectrum Noir pencils. And I think, I don't know, I think you can still get the Spectrum Noir pencils off of, but I think I like these better than the Spectrum Noirs, to be honest. Oh, this is the Prismacolor. You know, I meant to pick up this one. No wonder I wasn't getting the color I wanted. But, well, that's not bad, but it's like kind of dark. But now I gotta match it. And I think if I had known about the Colors, I would have been happy to just have those. If I had to choose, Between these Bizarre London pencils and the Colors, I probably would get the Colors, to be honest. The Colors seem to be more versatile, and these don't offer, I don't know, they don't offer, they might be a little softer than the Colors. That would be probably the main thing with them. But yeah, I think if I had to choose between which ones to get, I would get the Colors. Like, I'm not planning on getting another set of these after. I mean, even if they had 100 set of them, I probably wouldn't get another 100 set of them. I probably won't get any of those again at all. But the Colors, there's a chance that I could possibly get another set of those. If I needed to replace some colors, it's possible that I would do that. Okay, Elefante. Oh, that was probably not needed. Why'd I do that? Of course, the way they have it shaded, it's kind of like it's already gray. I don't know, that's kind of weird. Excuse me. Maybe we'll do all the tusks. Oh, I have the white out. I know you're really kind of ivory-ish, but I don't care. I don't know what color to do the birds. I really don't want to make them white because it's kind of boring, but it does look like it's a swan. At least that one does. A swan or a goose. Those birds always throw me off. Because it's like, it's like they feel limited when I get to color one of them birds. And color the cheetah. If I can find a good color for him. I need a good beige. I don't want to break out another set of pencils. I want a good beige. Let's see. That wouldn't work well. I have a good beige in this set. Cheetah. We're going to be. This looks like baby poop brown. That's what I'm going to call it. I wonder if. I wonder if I can blend with this. Do that. Ooh, that's kind of weird. It's making the ink come off. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to work with it anyhow. Even though it's frumpet. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. That might be a good thing. Because it's just making all the spots blurry. But I'm kind of going to work with it. I'm going to use that to help me get to the color I want on the critter. I'm going to use it. I'll go over with a pen or something. I don't know. It's sloppy looking. But we'll fix it. Hmm. Yeah, we gotta put all the detail back in them. Let's check it right out. I'm gonna line that one. Figure out how to get the detail back in them. But you can see I liked this one a lot. Pecan. I really need gray. This needs a better point. Should have done that gray. Oops, I used tail. Thank you. Ooh, this needs a point. Well, this is going to be the first Evazar pencil to get used up. Because it is like really almost gone. And no more where that came from. Pecan or caramel. This one's pecan. Baby poop brown. Baby's first poop brown. I remember my cousin. She I had to console her. She cried the first time her daughter pooped. She was crying. I was like, it's okay. She's like, I know that had to be so hard for her to get that out. It's like, it's soft. This color. It's like, no, it wasn't hard. It was just. Oh, that was funny. She was a mess. So I'm just kind of, I don't know. Let me blur that a little bit more. I don't like that too much. go into black now. Or what's that? I take it out. See, now I gotta get all these pencils back that I originally had this out to put them back for. Said black. I like that black. Yeah. Onyx. I'll be able to do all of it. Some. I might need to save the dots for another day. Or do some of them, not all of them, maybe. That might work. This is ear. Can't believe I'm on here this long. Guess I'm taking the chance while I can, because you know, it might be all uploads from here. I don't know if that was necessary, but oh well. I did it. This was more than I thought I was going to do. And I actually feel kind of better. Maybe those vitamins kicked in. Okay, so we have an ostrich. See, every creature here is like brown. But hey, this actually fits M Bean's color with me's challenge. The color for November is brown. So maybe that's what I'll do. This is the brown challenge. This has black and brown in it. Ostrich. And then we could make the warthog brown. It's like once you put the black in, it's like that's all she wrote. You're not gonna see anything else, I think. So decide how we're gonna what belongs to him. Can't remember if they have like white on top of the. Oh, here we go again. Google. Google. Ooh. Is this gonna close for me? I don't know why that's still open. Why is it still open? Just close. Okay. Ostrich. Okay, yeah, they got some white on the bottom of their. So even if I'm going to color that now, because even if I go in later, once I color over it, it's not going to be as dark. So if I forget that oh Lord, I don't even know. Because I feel like there's all these, there's grass down here. There's a weird little creatures in there. So, I mean, I might just make the sky blue. I mean, kind of boring, but I might just make it blue and just let it be kind of realistic. What I do it with, that might be the question. Maybe I'll use watercolor. That might be a thing, because then with watercolor you could kind of put in clouds and things like easier, or like streams of clouds. Plus, blue and brown go good well together, like light blue and brown. So that might be what I do. Do they have? Nope. Oh. So they're kind of pink on the top. I would like that better than. They are some funny looking birds. Okay, some are white and some are pink. Ooh, the pink one looks really ugly though. I don't know. I think I'd rather have it like be beige necked. Maybe I'll put some pink in there somewhere, but I don't know. Maybe stick to. I'll put pink around there, but not right now. We're gonna go for beige. I'm gonna put a little bit of white in here now. Just peek through. How much of their. Oh, this poor pencil is wearing down. I'll put detail back in there somehow. So now I'm thinking I need to be thinking more about um, negative space, but I'm not sure if my head's going to make the shift. So I'm just going to try not to think too hard and just make dots and hope for the best. And then if I then follow the dots that I made later to say, okay, this is where it's supposed to be. Because I'm not sure. Oh, what's that? Doesn't make sense. What is that? Oh, they've got like a. Huh? How many wings do they have? That's strange. I almost feel like I have to go in with a white pen to. Yeah, I'm having a hard time figuring. It's like, they have white and then color in the black. It's like really just kind of messing with my mind. I can't think that way. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. Because the problem with black is once you put black down, you can't put anything else on top of it. So that always scares me when anything is really black. And then you're left with the only thing you can do is put marker, use a white marker to show the space. Yeah, it is. Yep. Kaleidomorphia. So I almost think, I don't know, I hate doing this. Black is just hard. It's hard to color over too. I don't know. We're just gonna do this for now, and then we're gonna have to recover later. I think. I hate using black for this reason. When you use black, you got to be committed, and you got to know where it's going because it's gonna be there. And then when you try to mix colors with it, forget it. Whatever they made their black with, like I don't know how different. I feel like different places make their black differently with different pigments that they combine because what I learned from my painting professor, black is the presence of like just about like every color. So like and he used to make us make our own black when we were painting because he said it's always richer than black out of the tube. And so we had to make black in several different ways combining different colors. And so what happens is then sometimes the black will have like a different undertone depending on what colors you used to make it. So then if you try to mix black with pencil, like whatever was in it, like if they used I don't know, this might not be exact, but like say they used um green as an undertone, then if you try to add um I don't know, I can't think of a good example. But whatever it is, it'll give it a different tint that has nothing to do with black if you add the wrong color to it, depending on what the pigment black was made up with, what combination of colors it was made up with in the pencil. I don't know. I don't know how they make black pencils, but I've seen that happen when I use black, where I'll see a color come out of putting it with another color that's like, wait a minute, like where'd that come from? Okay, this is as good as we're getting on this bird. I think it's going to have to look like that. And I think that's one reason why I wanted to put the brown underneath was because I knew I wouldn't be able to get the negative space thing right. So I'm uh, letting the brown do the work. I guess. I guess to make it look birdish. I don't know. That's what we're sticking with. Like, we probably should do as much of that as possible now because we're not going to be able to make it look the same if we don't. Good God Almighty. Um, so I guess we have to. How much do I make it white? Such funny looking birds. I love this pecan color though. I really do. Look at that noise. It's a weird noise. Um, let's do this. I'm trying to make fluffy moves like a bed. Random talk. I was watching a video yesterday on Northern Ireland, or on Ireland, basically. And it seems like I don't know that whole stuff with Northern Ireland. It seems like since Brexit, Britain leaving the Euro thing, European Union. Um, Tensions are high. Seems like they never went away. And the Republican, the majority side part, the Catholic part of Ireland, um, they're having to deal with now. Um, you know how it's always the regular people that go through um, the paramilitary, um, like the IRA sentiment folk, um, are kind of giving citizens a little bit of trouble because, yeah, it's always, it just sucks. I had no idea. I thought that, I thought all that was over. The troubles and everything else. I thought it was over. No, it seems like it's about, like it's gonna start heating up again. And it's really sad because it's always the regular people that get caught in that crossfire. And there's no reason. Oh, it's just sad. We're talking about someone who got murdered. I can't remember if she was a journalist or just a community person on the Republican side who they think the paramilitary group murdered her. Um, and they put signs up saying that, basically that snitches get stitches. That's kind of cool. Not that snitches get stitches, but whatever. So it's kind of sad. That's on that conflict is like sold. That I just can't believe it's like it's still they can't get out of it. That needs to. I don't know. I don't want to see that happen again. I growing up in the 70s, that was one of the things as a child that I would see on the newspaper. It was like, always IRA and Northern Ireland, along with planes crashing and planes getting hijacked. And it's like, no, we can't go back to that. I still can't figure out what part of this bird it is. That was just weird. So I'm hoping for those people that it's not the case, and well, that it won't boil up to that. But still, people are obviously going through now. We're dealing with being silenced. It's almost like a gang. That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like living like, where there's gangs in your neighborhood. And then I started thinking, is that why? It's like that term, the Black Irish. I started like looking up that term, like where does that come from? Because I've always heard that, and I've heard some people, a lot of people I've heard actually equate what Ireland, like the southern part of Ireland, goes through as being similar to what African Americans go through in the United States, have been through in the United States. And well, it turns out they can't really trace where that term comes from, but there is some sentiment that that's a part of it. Also, a sentiment that, like, actually, that this part of one theory is that the Spanish um, landed at some time early in Ireland's history, that a Spanish ship or something shipwrecked on their shore, and those people wound up living there, and then becoming a part of uh, becoming a part of Ireland or whatever, and of course mating and all that other kind of stuff, and so that there were some Irish people there that had dark features. And so they say the Black Irish. I don't know. Interesting though. Um, okay, well, this is something. It's not, you know, might actually be better than what I was aiming for, which is kind of cool. I didn't know how to make happen what I wanted to happen, but this is kind of cool what happened. I just want to make sure I finish it before I get off of here because I'm not going to be able to duplicate this. I'm not going to know how I got here. Unless I watch the video, and I'm not watching my own video. Are you kidding me? I got other people I can watch. I ain't watching mine. Okay, is this also him or is this a bush? I'm getting tired of this thing. Okay, Bubbles. Whoops, can't say your name without my voice cracking. And I'm still talking. I don't know. I'm making up for lost time. Okay, so let me get the tail. We're gonna finish this ostrich. We are. He is looking kind of birdish. Somehow, some way, we did it. So if you like how it turned out, remember what I did, because I won't. I can guarantee I won't. If I look at it tomorrow and like it, I'm gonna say, how did I do that? I won't remember. I'll tell you what, I feel like I'm ready to leave it alone now because I'm sick of it. So I get it done. And make it look like the bird in the picture I'm looking at. Trying to get the right stuff where. Well, in the picture, they got this part of them being like really like brown, like taupe. I could do that. Do I want to do that? I think I am going to do that. Somehow. Is this the elephant brown? Yeah. Let's see if we can do that. I hate to say it, but I'm wondering if it's brown like that because that's where it poops. Huh? Sorry. I'm crass, I know. What has happened? I'm pretty good on here, though, for the most part. I've gotten better with that as I've gotten older. But I spent a long time of being in bands with a bunch of guys, so you can't make it unless you're, you know, you can handle that sense of humor, and it was kind of funny. I used to dish it out, and then when they'd carry on with it, I'd say, "Ooh," and then they'd be like, "Oh, we're sorry," and then they're like, "Wait a minute, you started it," and I'd just laugh at them. It's like, "Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? Oh well, you can stop now." Oh, brat. Oh, brat. Okay, so I'm not getting the brown anymore. The brown, but maybe it doesn't need to be the brown. We just need it to match, to blend with his whole thing. And I need a little more brown, but I don't have. So I have a good like beige in this set. So kind of trying to brown it up a little bit here. Okay, that'll do. I'm not gonna fuss with this anymore. That's it. She says as she keeps fiddling with it. Oh, we still got his legs. But I could do that at another time. Maybe. I don't have to do that part now. So I wonder where the... See, there is kind of a pink on all of them. A little bit of a pink. I really want to finish this bed. Just trying to see it all. That's one thing with these. It's like it's hard sometimes to see. I don't know what that is. But that can't be his leg because it's split in half, so it must be something else. I would think its legs would be together. So let's give it a little bit of pink somewhere. Let's just go up here. Maybe a mistake to use some Prisma on there. I don't know. We're doing it anyway. I'm done with this bird. Well, I'll have to do his eye, but that's no big deal. One black dot. Kind of, maybe, well, did I say I was done? Where's the onyx? Let's start counting. Onyx. I don't think this is, okay. That made his eye pop a little bit. Okay. So, oops. Is that his leg? What is that? That's kind of weird to be his leg, isn't it? That looks too weird to be his leg. It should come out like that if that's his leg. Right? I don't know. That looks strange. I think it is supposed to be his leg, but I think that looks odd. If his muscle is here on this side, then it's got to be there on that side. And it should come out like there, I would think. Can I get away with making that something other than his leg? I am thinking about it. I feel like it would be weird. You have to think on that one too. Kind of feel like making this warthog a little bit like, I don't know, to have a little bit of like red in it or rust, faintly, or like a rusty brown. So what else do we have in here? That's a critter. That's it. Him and the zebra. And then going over to the other page. These freaking pagers. Yeah, see, I don't even like looking at the other page because that's more work. I guess I have to make that. That's just weird. I almost want to paint like right over it because it just doesn't look right to me. Because I don't think I can draw it in. Did I? To make me feel better because he looks kind of crippled like that. Oh, I guess we're doing it. Let's do that much and see does it look better that way. Let's just do this. Let me stop fussing about it and just do it. At least right now I remember the pencils I was using, so I don't know. We're going to figure out something with that. It's kind of hard though. Oh, I'm just going to improvise. Nice point on this. What color is this? Warm gray. One of my favorite Prismacolor pencils. Let me draw that out a little bit more. Or at least make this kind of ambiguous somehow. Oh, there I think we kind of like a little bit. I feel better about it. What else did I put in there? I don't remember the colors. I may just leave it just like that because I don't want to do too much, and I forgot how I did this part kind of already. Just did it tonight. We just blended enough to kind of, I don't know, it still looks weird. It's weird. But it's done. Whatever. Okay. So next time will be warthog, zebra. I don't know when I feel like doing the birds. Might start down here. Oh, and then, yeah, another bird. Maybe the giraffe to make sure they match. Okay. Wow. I've been on here 3 hours. That's a long time. I don't think I've ever been on that long before. But I feel like I got something done. I'm just going to write on here what I use. Just in case. Paper. All I need is 1 sheet, not 5. Just 1. Why are they all stuck together like that? They don't want to let go of each other. Okay. So we got. I use all Evazar London. Oh, no, not really. Evazar London. Plus Prisma. I'm going to say Prisma neutrals. Because in my head, I know what I mean. Those ones that I use to blend and stuff. I'm going to put in here warm gray. Warm gray. I changed my mind. Warm gray, peach. And I think I used the powder blue. I love them. So that's what we're going with. We'll see what happens. Thank you. Awesome. Well, that's the page I never thought I was going to color. But there we go. Okay, should I put a date? Let's put a date. Let's see if that matters to me later. Let's see if this stays in there. I need a better system, that's for sure. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me. It was nice to see all of you. I missed y'all. I missed being able to do a live. So, I hope you all have a good rest of your evening. And I will catch you on the YouTube streets, I think tomorrow, probably, because it's Wednesday, right? So tomorrow night, probably, I'm thinking Annie's, I always get the name of her channel wrong. Amy's Craft and Coloring, oh my gosh. I always get the name of her channel wrong. I have it written down somewhere. Did I have it written down here? Hold on, let me look. Did I write it down? Or copy and paste it? I'm so bad with this stuff. I have to write everything down, everybody down. But anyway, you'll see it on my wall. I think she's probably going to go live tomorrow, so I'll probably be hanging out there. Foxy might be there. So, yep. I use Restream. Yeah, I'm using Restream. I've used StreamYard before, but I didn't really like it. I feel like Restream is it's more intuitive, at least for me it is. So, okay, so take care, everybody. Thanks again for hanging with me. Thanks for all of you watching on the replay. I appreciate ya. Good night.